Broom Hilda Goes House Hunting by M.D. Johnson. Since Hansel and Gretel ate me out of house and home and published that nasty rumor that I tried to eat them, I realized I needed to move. While I loved my homemade cake, cookie, brownie, and candy house, I realized I should settle on a home more practical and less edible. So I hired a realtor to help me find the perfect new house that I could call a home. Maybe you can help me as well and tell me what you think and which house best suits me. The first home the real estate agent showed me was a cave, but I'd rather live in a grave. Just because I'm a witch doesn't mean I like to live in a dark, damp, dungeon-like cave. Besides, I'm afraid of bears. The next house she showed me was a cabin in the woods with mountain views. But just because I'm a witch doesn't mean I like to live far, far away in an isolated state. Where's the nearest grocery store and shopping mall? If I needed to borrow some sugar, where would I find my nearest neighbor? I say no way to this house. The next house she showed me was in the city, but what a pity. It was just too busy. Do cities ever sleep? It kind of gave me the creeps. Even though I'm a witch and creepiness tends to be my thing, but a witch also likes peace and quiet every now and then. The next house the realtor showed me was in the suburbs, and though it's a friendly neighborhood, it's not quite my type. There's not another witch in sight. The next property she showed me was a farm. I was quite perplexed and alarmed, because I don't know the first thing about farming, but it really became a nuisance when I stepped in cow manure and couldn't get it off my shoe. A farm isn't the home for me. I'm a witch. Can't you see? The next location the realtor took me to was hardly a home at all. It was the forest, with land for sale, a place for me to pitch a tent or build a property of my own. Sure, witches like forests, but camping is out of the question. I find it rather boring. The next house the real estate agent showed me was an awesome sight, but the only problem is I can only hold my breath for so long, and after about an hour, my skin would get wrinkly and soggy. Though it's a beautiful place, it's not quite befitting a witch's taste. Not to mention, I'm not a strong swimmer. The next destination the realtor showed me was absolutely great. It was a magical place of fantasy, so fanciful and bright. I felt out of place being a witch, though the house was extremely nice. Who wouldn't want to live in a castle? And though the creatures of the community were extremely hospitable, I decided to keep it on my list, but look a bit more before deciding to move in. The next house real estate agent showed to me was just like a dream, of the best quality. I suppose she was saving the best for last. I was ready to take out my wallet and give her my cash, for the neighborhood was right up my alley. Witches galore with many monsters to match. I was in my perfect zone. I had met my perfect match of a home. All that was left to do was to sign the paperwork and get the keys. For beyond a shadow of a doubt, this home was truly meant for me. What do you think? Would you come over for tea? Yummy! Home Sweet Home. If you enjoyed this book, please be sure to subscribe. Also check out other book hits by author M.D. Johnson.